Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we are discussing a model launched in 2008 as a tribute to a watch that launched in 1984. This is the IWC Vintage Portofino, reference 5448-01. As you can see on the reverse side, it says Portofino 1984. This watch is a tribute to a watch designed by Hanno Bircher and engineered by Kurt Klaus, the giant Portofino, also known as the fried egg. Well, that watch's combination of yellow gold case and silver dial perhaps is a bit too quaint or antiquated for modern tastes, so this, properly sized and proportioned tribute to the older watch, is stainless steel. Black dial, 46 millimeters in diameter, 11 millimeters thick, 51.1 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, and it has a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. On my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see it lives up to its name, Giant Portofino. For its case diameter, it's actually not that broad across the wrist, nor is it particularly thin. It's broad and flat, much like a fried egg would be. I can recommend it for wrists as small as 15 centimeters circumference. Now, the original watch was launched as part of a campaign through the early to mid-80s to recommit IWC to traditional mechanical watchmaking. So the old giant Portofino was created to incorporate a pocket watch with the moonphase complication into a wristwatch case. So pocket watch movement, moonphase added, wristwatch case, and it remained a very expensive special order item in the IWC catalog up through the late 1990s. And in 2008, when IWC launched a raft of historically inspired tributes, this was the watch paying tribute to the most modern timepiece in that collection, as this was a 2000s era tribute to a watch launched in the 80s. The strap, of course, large rectangular scale alligator leather in a medium brown. It has a little bit of a gradient from light to dark. You can see that there is a sheer cut side showing the layers of leather. We have a monotone stitch. We have black calfskin on the bottom, and it is a brand new IWC factory strap. We have the Portofino style pin buckle, and then we have that case, which was originally designed to accommodate what I believe was a caliber 98 pocket watch movement. Well, the movement in here is the caliber 98800, and this movement is 37.8 millimeters in diameter. So we have a pocket watch sized case, and we have lugs that then and now designed to look like lugs welded onto a pocket watch. We have a little vintage inspired domed and knurled crown. We have a stepped gadroon style bezel with a nice echo in the curvature of the cambered sapphire. So you have one cambered curve on the bezel and then another right after it on the sapphire. And it is a sapphire, even though the 1980s original would have featured a plexiglass. So we have a matte black dial. We have silver transferred Roman numerals radially arrayed. We have polished modified Breguet hands. We have a nicely balanced dial with the small seconds counterbalancing the moon phase. The watch does include hacking or stop seconds, and when you turn it all over, you can see that the movement has an enormous hacking lever. You can see it just under my thumb. It moves. I'll do my best to show you this. You can see it moving right there under my thumb. It is the biggest and most visible hacking lever I've ever seen on a watch. Now, this movement is designed as a pocket watch movement, manual wind, 46-hour power reserve. It has a traditional architecture, so crown wheel, ratchet wheel, an enormous pocket watch-inspired swan's neck style click spring, and an extensible click. You can't quite see it underneath the case back sticker, but it's there. We have a 3/4 style bridge, as you would find, covering the barrel and the drivetrain of a pocket watch and also of this watch. We have an extended Jones Arrow index. This is named after the American founder of IWC, F.A. Jones. It's a micrometric regulator, then as now oversized for fine tuning. You move far out and then you make tiny changes from the extremity of the index. We have an enormous balance, beating away at 18,000 vibrations per hour, and mounted on a Breguet overcoil hairspring, so in any position it will keep very even time. The enormous balance beaten away at 2.5 hertz is a pocket watch inspired feature, and so is the use of the golden chaton as a fixture point for pivot jewels. That's another nod to the pocket watch era, when golden chaton would be fixed into the bridges, machining tolerances were less sophisticated in, say, the 19th century when IWC was founded, so a precision golden chaton would be created. The jewel would be put in the chaton, and it would then be pressed into the bridge. Now, it's adjusted in 5 positions, which is the high horology and chronometer standard. You can see this says edition 2008. That's the year the watch came out. You can see it pivots on 18 jewels, which is standardized for this type of manual wind pocket watch movement. We have engine turning in 2 sizes, black polished screw heads. We have Côte de Genève across the bridges, and then a bevel that's handsome but admittedly machine applied. We have satination on the crown and ratchet wheel, as well as on the drivetrain wheels, and it's a good looking movement, protected down to 30 meters in the case. As desirable as the original, and in steel, less fragile. This is the giant Portofino. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.